I'm Gabe Henderson, back for another segment of Face to Face. Today I'm joined by the only dead box player on the Liberty Paintball team, Christian Campbell. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Like I said before, dead box. I was Googling before this interview, and I still haven't found out what it is. Like, what is the dead box player?
So the dead box player is the player that probably the worst player on the team because he got shot and he has to go to the dead box. That's where all the dead players go. So that's the dead box player.
Perfect. And you play paintball here. We already said that before. But you're from Elkhart, Indiana. You're not far from Bloomington, Indiana. Why not basketball? What made you decide to play paintball?
Honestly, I was not good at sports throughout high school, and I played paintball with some friends of mine, and I was just like hooked from there. And then still wasn't athletic, and I was just a fat kid shooting people, and and that's what I was doing for a while. And then eventually got more competitive, and I was like, I actually need to be athletic to be good at this sport. So I started working out and lost some weight and playing paintball now. So
nice. And like you just talked about it, you know, how did you get into paintball? But like expound more of just like how did you know paintball was for you? How like when did you start realizing like, hey, like I can actually do this?
Actually do this?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever like had that moment where I was like, okay, this is for me. It was like I guess it was like a progression for me. I grew up playing in the woods with some friends of mine, and then all my friends quit, and I was like, you know what? I still want to play this, so I just found my local field and got involved and started playing on their local team, and actually got my first job outside of working for my parents, working at the local field. And I worked a whole day and got a bag of paint for working the whole day, and that's how I played paintball. So, yeah.
And now you're on campus, now you're at Liberty, you're a senior now, majoring in business. But how has, you know, the paintball team evolved over your 4 years here? Before you said this might be the best team that you guys have had since you've been on the roster.
Well, we've gone through some roster changes for sure with people graduating, and I needed some coaching changes as well. When I first started, Todd Hoagland was the head coach, and then I believe I think his last year's head coach was my sophomore year, and he's been the head coach of the program for I don't know how long it's been going on, maybe 10, 12 years. And then now Brian Davidson stepped up and done a fantastic job as a coach. So.
And you just talked about Brian. He's a great person, great guy. How has he helped you grow on the field as well as off the field?
On the field, I mean, just critiquing my play, telling me what I did and didn't do right in the field, and giving me pointers and stuff like that, just like with everybody else on the team. Off the field, he's a great leader, and he's put me in a leadership position and kind of forced me to grow. And I admire his skills to communicate with the teammates on the team and solve conflict in the team as well. And it's allowed me to grow through that as well.
Nice.
So.
And you guys have been pretty successful this year. You're captain, you're a senior, you're a leader, like you just said.
Yeah.
But how has, you know, the team just bonded and meshed and got to this point to be where they are right now in this time of the year?
I mean, the nice thing is like our top line right now is all the guys in the team. We've been playing together since our freshman year, except one other guy that's a freshman now. He's my best friend. He's from Indiana as well, and we played on each other's team a couple of years ago. So we already know how each other play, and so we've all been playing together for all these years, and so we've kind of gelled together and know how each of us play, and so we can play off of each other's playing styles and know how to communicate clearly on the field, and so that's what really helps us be where we're at right now.
After you're done playing paintball here, after your career is over, like what are your aspirations? Like in business, maybe you want to do something in business or something in paintball. Like how do you want to combine the two, if you want to?
Yeah, actually that was a huge dream of mine. Ever since I started playing competitive paintball and working in my local field, I think in the late future I'd love to own my own field and run a field. I'd love to play pro paintball. I'm still pursuing that. I don't know how achievable that is, but I'm still pursuing it, and hopefully I can get that pro spot someday.
How is like that set up pro paintball? Is it overseas, or I don't know anything about it?
So there's a national circuit called the NXL,
Okay.
and there's a range of divisions from D5 all the way to pro.
Okay.
And there's different events all over the country, and there's also a European series as well.
Nice.
But to make the team, you just gotta go to a tryout or get picked up somehow and get noticed. So.
Nice. And lastly, how's your being at LU? It's a Christian school, obviously, but how has your faith grown since you've been here?
Incredibly. I mean, I'm constantly being challenged in my classes, and even going to convocation, and being on the team as well. It's kind of forced me to look at my spiritual life and grow. So.
Nice. Christian, good luck this year. Good luck with all of your future endeavors. For Christian, I'm Gabe Henderson for Face to Face.